Good morning. It is day 3 of our 40 days of prayer. And today's lesson is called Pray for the Impossible. Again, I'm taking all these things from the Phil Wickham book, On Our Knees, and want to talk about the impossible, the things that we think just can't be accomplished, that can't be overcome. The scripture for today is coming from Exodus 14, 26 through 30, which is the story about the Israelites at the edge of the Red Sea. And it says this: "The Lord said to Moses, stretch out your hand over the sea so that the waters may flow back over the Egyptians and their chariots and their horsemen. Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and at daybreak the sea went back to its place. The Egyptians were fleeing toward it, and the Lord swept them into the sea. The water flowed back and covered the chariots and the horsemen, the entire army of Pharaoh that had followed the Israelites into the sea. Not one of them survived, but the Israelites went through the sea on dry ground with a wall of water on their right and their left. That day the Lord saved Israel from the hands of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians lying dead on the shore." You got to think about what was taking place. An entire nation, the people of Israel, were fleeing out of Egypt into the land that God had promised them. And they're standing at the edge of a sea, and they're watching this army come up behind them. I can imagine they're seeing the dust and the dirt and everything in the air, and they know that this entire army is after them. And they're at the edge of this sea, and they're like, we're about to die. This is impossible. There's nothing good that can come out of this. And God showed them that He is the God of the impossible. He does impossible things all the time. He overcomes the obstacles that we feel like we can't overcome. And this is something that we need to remember. We will often say, it's pointless for me to even pray about this because it's not going to happen. It's impossible. I'm at this place in my life right now that it's impossible. I can't overcome this. There's no reason for me to go witness to so-and-so because it's impossible. They'll never accept. And we got to understand that we serve the God who can overcome everything, the God of the impossible. As I was reading the devotion today, I thought about the song No Longer Slaves, and it says this: "You split the sea so I could walk right through it. My fears were drowned in perfect love. You rescued me so that I could stand and say, I am a child of God." You're a child of the one who can overcome everything. There's nothing impossible for God. If we have faith and we understand if God has brought us to something, He's going to bring us through it. He's going to bring us through those Red Sea moments. He's going to bring us through the things that we feel that there is no hope. He's going to bring us through it all, and He is going to show Himself to be faithful. Why can't we be faithful? Some of the thoughts that are here today says this: when you're in an impossible situation, do you ever ask God to provide you with the faith to pray for a solution? Another one is, the people of God are up against a sea that they cannot swim across, and a superpower army they cannot defeat. What does this story say about God's protection of His people? We're at those moments constantly in our life. What does this say about God's protection? What is your Red Sea at this moment? Do you believe God can rescue you? Can you see where God is already working in your life to bring victory? Maybe you know someone in your community who is facing this. How can you and your community of faith support and pray for those people facing their Red Sea moments? The first thing we got to learn to do is we got to start praying over and through these Red Sea moments. And we're going to see our God take the situations that we look at and say impossible, and He's going to say, nothing's impossible with me. I hope that you will be encouraged today. I hope that you'll pray over those Red Sea moments and ask God to split the sea so that you can walk right through. God bless. Have a great day.